Thank you for stumbling across my video. I am Mudlup, and this video will be my top 10 favorite ghost-type Pokemon. Before I get started, a few things. I'm trying not to repeat families, so like if I put like Gastly on the list, Haunter's not going to be on the list. Due to that, there's only 17 Pokemon families with ghost typings, including Giratina, who I really wouldn't want to use anyway. So really there's 16 to choose from. I picked Ghost for this reason, but it kind of hindered me at number 10. So, yeah. Either way, comment, tell me what your thoughts are, what your 10 are, or 5 if it's easier to do 5. So let's get started. Number 10, I have Jellicent, and I've never used this thing, ever. I don't even think I've ran into one playing Pokemon, but I didn't have much choice to choose from after picking the first 9, so what can you do? But it looks pretty cool, and I would debate using one simply for the Water Ghost typing. It seems pretty interesting. Water's one of my favorite typings. Ghost has recently become one of my favorite typings. So, that's that. Number 9 is Dusknoir, and you just, how can you dislike the way this guy looks? Like, really? He looks amazing. Granted, maybe Dusclops looks better, but it's really all opinion, honestly. I like the face thing on his stomach, at least that's what it looks like. And, he is pretty wally. From my understanding, though, like a Dusclops with an Eviolite is better. So, whatever. I just picked Dusknoir because I think he looks better. My opinion. But I don't like trait evolutions. They get annoying, so I've never used one of those. Anyway, number 8 is Banette. And it's just another case of it looks pretty darn cool. I mean, you can't argue that. Also, like it's Pokédex entry, something about it like going after children who lost dolls, which I think that sounds pretty cool. I probably should have typed it up so I could read it, but regardless, Banette just looks cool. You can't argue with that. Again, never used it. I have no comment to say about that. Number 7, we have Sableye, which, here we go again, looks amazing. I like the jewel on its stomach. It has like a shit-eating grin on its face. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. And I heard, like, in 3rd gen games, I always had the most trouble at the rival battle before Mauville, and then the battle against your dad for the 5th gym badge. And I was reading that a Sableye is completely untouchable by any of your father's Pokemon. I think I might have to try that at some point, but until then, I just think that's pretty interesting. Pretty cool Pokemon, can't argue with that. Number 6, we have Gengar, the original Ghost Pokemon. And he had to show up on this list somewhere. Yeah, there's no question of that. Gengar is the original Ghost Pokemon. There were no other Ghost Pokemon in Gen 1, were there? So, who would be his competition there? He's the original. He's pretty amazing, honestly. I've used one of them before. I used it on one of my Platinum playthroughs. And when I got the Cynthia always fucks me up so hard. But basically, I used Hypnosis, and then Curse, and then tried not to die. And if Gengar died, I'd send somebody else in, revive everybody, and that's the whole strategy. And I beat the Elite Four using that strategy. No, not the Elite Four. The Elite Four weren't that hard. Cynthia. But that's why I love Gengar. You gotta owe Gengar for that. Number 5 is Shedinja. And in my Pokemon X playthrough, I was using a Shedinja for a while. But he's just a neat concept, honestly. Yeah. And that's about all I can say about it. He isn't really that good, honestly. At least that's how I feel. I saw this one video where somebody used like Worry's Seed. It was a triple battle. And they had, I can't remember who the first Pokemon was, but they had a Shedinja and a Ferrothorn. And the Ferrothorn used Worry's Seed on Shedinja to give it Insomnia. And then the other Pokemon used Skill Swap, I believe that's the move, and gave the Shedinja Sturdy. And because of Sturdy's ability in Gen 6, well, Gen 5 and Gen 6, you can't be killed if you have full health. Because Shedinja's health is 1, he would be impossible to kill without weather effects or a multiple hitting move, or something like that. And he destroyed his opponent using just the Shedinja, which I thought was pretty cool. Number 4, we have Mismagius, or Mismagius, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it looks amazing. I was trying to use one because it evolves from Misdreavus, and I've never gotten a Misdreavus. Don't ask how that's never happened. I've just never gotten a Misdreavus. I do plan on using one at some point because honestly, the top 4 ghost Pokemon on this list I'm trying to use or I have used at some point, and I like them. But yeah, Mismagius just looks cool. It seems like it would do well, at least in story mode. I don't know how it would do competitively, but number 3 we have Frostlass, and we'll start with the looks again. Wow, that is amazing. An Ice Ghost type, and I never liked Snorunt or Glalie. They're just kind of stupid, honestly. But Frostlass, just amazing. Before X and Y came out, I was trying to breed one so I could have it, and it's amazing. Honestly, though, from my understanding, it really sucks competitively, and that really sucks because if it sucks, you can't really use it. But what can you do? Number 2, I have Chandelure, and really, honestly, I love the whole Litwick, Lampent, Chandelure family because they're all really cool, honestly. I was breeding one and EV trained it for my team in Pokemon X, and I'm using it on my Pokemon White playthrough right now, and I just I love it. It's so cool. It's like Litwick, it's just a candle. And then Lampent, it's a lamp, and it's just. And then you look at Chandelure, and Chandelure just looks like one of those Pokemon where if Pokemon were real, you would want a Chandelure. Not to have in your house, but just because it's awesome. I mean, Fire is a rare type, Ghost is a rare type, Chandelure, it's amazing. Like, there's just no question about it. And then number 1, I have Drifblim. And Drifblim and Drifloon are just the coolest ghost types. I never used one until my last Platinum playthrough. And upon using it, like it's just great. It was the wall on my team. Usually when I say ghost types, I don't really think of walls, honestly. I think of more like a Gengar or a Shedinja. Well, I guess Shedinja is more a wall, but something that you could use to just decimate a team. Yeah, I guess a sweeper would be the term. But Drifblim, he managed to hold on throughout anything. Like really, he looks cool. And Drifloon's Pokedex entry is like taking children to hell. It's just weird. But Drifloon and Drifblim, honestly, the coolest ghost type Pokemon. At least in my opinion, which we're all allowed to disagree. That's why I'm doing this, because I'm sure somebody else will say that, that Giratina is much cooler, which it might be to you, but I like Drifblim the best, and feel free to comment your opinions. I don't really know what I'm doing next, but I do plan on actually playing or doing something on this channel, because I never actually do anything on channels, and then I kind of just stop them. I've been really into Pokemon for a while now, for a few months, and I think I'm going to continue using this channel. So you figure you have 18 types. I'm going to debate which Pokemon generation is the best. And I also have questions, which I guess will be addressed in a later video. But aside from the point, if you've enjoyed the video, like. If you have any opinions, comment. If you don't have any opinions, feel free to comment anyway. I'm not really going to say share, because I don't really think this video is worth sharing. Because, I mean, I guess, if you want to share, go for it. I also have a Twitter. I believe I'll just put the Twitter in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you see you in the next video, and talk to you guys soon.